Before the video starts, check out my official Discord with the links in the description down below or on the screen right here for mobile users. We are a fast growing community with over 140 members and growing fast with active people within. If you want to join and speak to new people about the anime we all love, or speak to me personally and get custom perks and more, then check out the Major Dragon Discord and join our growing community within the Dragon Force. Now let's get on with the video. It has been over a year since the mighty Frieza was defeated, and there was peace among the universe. Now, remind you here, Goku never went to Yardrat, so he never learned about instant transmission. Not like he really needs it. But Goku would have continued on his journey, continuing to grow stronger. But Goku does have visions. He has these strange dreams of these two people, very powerful, and this bug-like monster that is appearing. Goku would take this year to actually study with the help of Kami to really start to learn how to harness the power of the magic with the Dragon Balls as he's getting better and better. Over the course of the year, he would actually get to the point where instead of one wish, he can make two wishes. And he's also getting a better hold on these visions, to where instead of it being a dream to when he falls asleep, if he meditates, he will be able to see the future events and certain flashes. So he knows that a man with purple hair will be arriving and that these major threats will be arriving soon. He doesn't know when exactly, but he's starting to figure it out. He could also just use a wish if he really wanted to use the Dragon Balls to see the future, but that would be a wasteful wish. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to do that, and by that point, the Dragon Balls would then be gone for a year. Well, he then knew that Trunks was arriving, and Trunks would. Trunks was confused as he's from the original future timeline, so he would look around and be kind of lost as to why Goku hasn't arrived yet. No one's here at all. He would see no space pod, but he would sense a high power far off. He would then fly and head his way over there. Goku would meet him halfway, so they're in the middle of nowhere. Now, Piccolo did sense Trunks' power level when he did arrive, so Piccolo would have then flown off to go see what's going on as well. And he would have also sensed that Goku was going there as well. The rest of the Z-Fighters were too far away. Now, what about Vegeta? Well, if you remember though, Vegeta saw the battle between Goku and Frieza, and I feel like Vegeta would just follow them back to Earth as he has nowhere else to go. I mean, Frieza's been killed. Everything's all over, so I don't think that Vegeta would have anywhere else to go. So Vegeta would head back to Earth, and he would still get with Bulma, but this time around he wouldn't fly off to go search for Goku because Goku's here. Vegeta would just continue his training as he wants to try and surpass Goku, even though Goku is a Super Saiyan. Vegeta wants to become one as well. He thinks that he can, and he would continue trying everything in his power to try and, become a Super Saiyan. Well, Goku would have met up with Trunks, and Trunks was surprised to see Goku here, but maybe Goku just arrived a little bit early. Going back in time just changed things instantly. And so Goku and Trunks would then talk. Trunks would then realize that no one's nearby. Piccolo. Piccolo's far off, but remember, he can hear from very long distances, so he's perfectly fine. Piccolo would be listening to the whole conversation while meditating. As for Goku and Trunks and Goku would have the same interaction that they originally did, with Trunks introducing himself, telling Goku to keep a lot of this stuff a secret. He would even explain who his mother and father is, Bulma and Vegeta, making Goku fall over in shock, but Trunks would then also tell Goku if he can turn into a Super Saiyan. And Goku says, yeah, I can turn into a Super Saiyan. And Trunks says, well, let me show you one. As Trunks would then turn into a Super Saiyan. Goku was confused. As Piccolo did sense the power, it was extraordinary. The other Z-Fighters would have sensed it as well, and they would have flown over there to see what was going on, but it'll take him a few minutes to arrive. Well, Goku was confused. As Trunks says, well, are you satisfied? As Trunks notices Goku's weird expression, Trunks says, what's wrong? And Goku says, that's... Are Super Saiyans different? Yours is a lot less hairy than mine. And Trunks was confused, what are you talking about? And Goku says, that's not Super Saiyan, is it? Well, and the Trunks like, well, you can go Super Saiyan, right? And Trunks says, yeah. And Trunks is confused. He says, well, go Super Saiyan yourself. Goku would then turn into a Super Saiyan 4. Trunks was shocked, flabbergasted. Bro couldn't even, he was baked and fried. Bro could not comprehend how strong Goku was. Goku's power level is easily in the billions still. I mean, power levels are redundant by this point, but he's a couple million stronger than when he fought Frieza. His power level would be probably 30 to 40 billion compared to the last time it was 20. So yeah, he's already stronger than Cell. It's ridiculous. Trunks was blown away. He never thought that that was even possible. As Trunks says, that's not a normal Super Saiyan. I've never seen a transformation like that. but that power alone can easily defeat my version of the androids. And Trunks says, did going back in time do something? Trunks would then ask Goku, like, how did you get that power? That's not Super Saiyan. That's something more evolved. That's something more advanced. And Goku would explain his story about the Dragon Balls and everything else, and Trunks was shocked. Trunks was like, that didn't happen in my timeline. Did going back in time change things this much? But Trunks thinks that this is the good way, because if Goku was this powerful, with the heart medicine that he's going to give Goku, Goku can easily beat the androids. They would have no chance. And so he would explain about the heart medicine, giving it to Goku, explaining when the androids are arriving within about 3 years' time, and where the location is. And Trunks will return so he can help them. So Trunks would then take his leave. As the other Z Fighters would have arrived, Piccolo would have then spilled the beans to everybody else, but keep some stuff hidden to not mess with time, as he heard the whole thing. So the Z Fighters would then continue on training for the next 3 years. Vegeta would have flown off into space on his own to continue training, and we all know where he is. He unlocked Super Saiyan right up in space, but Goku would still train with Gohan and Piccolo. Now, Goku, again, is absurdly powerful, and Goku here pushing Piccolo and Gohan even further. Now, this would make Gohan and Piccolo even stronger than the original. So with them being so powerful, training with such a powerful sparring partner such as Goku, especially even in a Super Saiyan 4 state, yeah, I think they'll be busted. I also think that Piccolo, again, would be smart. Piccolo would be smart and tell Goku, Goku, you say you have 2 wishes, right? Goku says, yeah. And he says, and the Dragon Balls take about a year to renew themselves, correct? He says, yes. And he says, well, we have 2 years of training left. Why don't you unlock me and Gohan's potentials? Wouldn't that not make us stronger? And Goku thinks to himself, oh yeah, why didn't he think about that? He can just use the Dragon Balls to, well, within himself, to just make a wish. He didn't really think that far, didn't he? And he says, it would make sense for you to unlock our potentials. Maybe even the Earthlings too. If their potentials are unlocked, they could help us fight the androids. Goku thinks, Piccolo, you are a genius. Piccolo says, I try. Well, his eyes would then glow red, and he would unlock Piccolo and Gohan's potential. Now, Gohan getting his potential unlocked is ridiculous. And no, people, Gohan will not unlock some rare new form. He will not unlock Beast Mode or something like that. That's not going to happen. He will unlock a, per se, potential unleashed form, quote unquote, similar to how Piccolo got it, to where he can tap into this. And it was similar power up to how Mystic was. What it does is it just pushes your body to its limits at that point in time. It's the exact same as what Elder Kai explained about Mystic. So it's the Dragon Ball version of Mystic mode. So I don't think that Gohan would look too different. One cool fact is maybe Gohan's eyes turn blue and his hair rises a little bit, which would look really cool. And as for Piccolo, Piccolo would receive his potential unlock form. So he would just lose the lines and he would have more of an orange tint to his skin. And Goku also said that Shenron also gave you an extra bonus later down the line. And Piccolo doesn't know what that means, but they are very powerful. Their strength is similar to that of Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And mainly Piccolo. Piccolo's not as strong as Goku, but he is a lot closer to Goku. And Gohan is way stronger. So they would continue training. Now, after a year, so now this is on year 2. Now, this is a couple of months before the androids would arrive. So Goku would be able to use the wishes again to wish for the Earthlings to basically become more powerful. So Goku has enough time, he would then use only one of the wishes. So they have a backup wish in case anything happens. So Goku has 2 wishes. So this is when Goku would then have to pick Tien, Krillin, or Yamcha to unlock their potential. And Goku really thinks about it, as he doesn't know which one to pick. But wait, he has an idea. As he explains that he wants to give all 3 of them their own potentials, but he can't do it all in one wish. But he has an idea. Piccolo explains, why don't you give that to Kami? Goku explains, what do you mean? He says, make a wish to where Kami can unlock a user's potential with the same potential unlock like how Shenron does. Give that same power to Kami, and Kami can do it. Or even Piccolo if he wants. And Goku thinks, Piccolo, you're a genius once again. I mean, Piccolo's just the smartest guy when it comes to the wishes. So he would give it to Kami, and Kami would then unlock Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien's potential. The Earthlings are back, and they are much stronger. Their new potential unleashed forms are going to be custom, and you will be seeing their forms very shortly. Well, the couple of months would then pass, and they're ready to fight the androids. More than ready. Now, sadly, Vegeta did not get his potential unlock, but we'll get to that one later. As now, cutting forward, we would then have Dr. Gero and Android 19 arrive. Now, Dr. Gero and Android 19, they are actually stronger than the original. Not by a huge margin, but their power levels were a little bit stronger than that of Frieza. And they were confident that they could beat Goku. They didn't realize about Super Saiyan, but cutting forward, they were shocked by it, with how strong Goku was. Now, I would say they're about double that strength. So they're similar in strength to Goku when he fought Android 19, when he started getting sick a little bit, but he was still able to mop the floor with both of them. Well, they would actually put up a pretty decent fight, but what I think would happen here is they would want to kill Goku first, so Goku would step up. Now, during these 3 years, in my opinion, Goku would unlock Super Saiyan, and the reason why I say this is because his S cell count is so high that I think he can just unlock Super Saiyan, similar to how Goten can. And I know that might seem like a pull, but Goten and Trunks had similar S cell counts that was so high that they just turned Super Saiyan. And yes, I know Goku's not a half Saiyan, but his S cell count would be so ridiculously high that he's so much stronger, and he hasn't unlocked Super Saiyan yet, he would have been able to unlock it somehow, some way. Now, Goku does have Super Saiyan. He would use that instead, as Super Saiyan 4 seems like overkill. Goku likes to kind of ride up in form slowly. So one by one, he gets stronger and stronger as he fights. That's just how Goku is. So Goku would go Super Saiyan, and the androids were shocked with how strong he was. Goku, as a Super Saiyan, is a little bit stronger than the androids because they're much more powerful. So Goku would be able to overpower Android 19, but what about the heart virus? Originally, Goku succumbed to the heart virus, and he nearly died from it, but he was able to recover in time, but he was bedridden for days. This time around, Goku doesn't get the heart virus. Why? Because of Shenron. Remember, Goku's partially immortal. Now, this does not protect Goku from fatal wounds, as he needs to wish for that. But this does protect him from diseases and age, so Goku's good to go. So Goku can live forever, and he can never get sick from diseases. So the heart virus does count as one, so Shenron's protecting him in that route. So Goku never actually got the heart virus, so he would never need it, and Goku feels perfectly fine. So Goku on his own would have been able to beat Android 19. It was a pretty decent fight, and Goku had to be careful because of the ki absorption, but he was able to block it, and he was able to destroy Android 19. Now, this is when Vegeta would then arrive, and he was cocky as ever because he feels that he has unlocked the Super Saiyan transformation and that he's unbeatable. Well, as we know in typical Vegeta fashion, he would have tried attacking Dr. Gero, removing one of his arms as a Super Saiyan. Dr. Gero would be able to escape by firing massive ki blast, blinding everybody because they cannot sense his energy, and he was able to escape. Now, they would soon find where his lab is as he was sneaking around hiding, and it was almost like a goose hunt to try and find him. Well, Dr. Gero would still activate 17 and 18. Now, 17 and 18 would kill Dr. Gero, and this is when they would activate Android 16 as well. Goku was still not out of commission yet, because there's no heart virus, so he's still ready to fight. He is a little tired from fighting 19 because he was in Super Saiyan, and he hasn't fully mastered the form yet. Now, Vegeta is cocky as ever. He wants to straight up fight the androids first. The androids see Goku, so they instantly want to fight him. Well, it'll go a little interesting for Vegeta. While Vegeta is very powerful, his strength is actually similar to the original. It's not that much higher, maybe a little bit, but 17 and 18 are way stronger, especially 16. In terms of power scaling, Android 17 and Android 18 are around the same strength as second form Cell. That shows you how strong they are. Not as powerful as like Ascended Super Saiyan Vegeta, he was a level above that, but they're in that ballpark of second form Cell level, which already makes them, 3 to 4, way more strong, 3 to 4, 5 times stronger, which, yeah, Vegeta would get mixed. His punches would do nothing against Android 18. She would just slap him across the side of the mountain, and Vegeta would have lost. They want to fight Goku, though. 16 would instantly step up to go fight Goku, so and 16's more dangerous. 16 is more powerful than Ascended Super Saiyan Vegeta, and second form Cell because he is the strongest android out of the three. So Goku would fight Android 16. Goku would go Super Saiyan first, but we know how that goes. His punches would have no effect on him and he was getting overwhelmed. Now, as for Piccolo and the others would then fight 17 and 18. Now, this is when we would see Krillin step up to fight Android 18. This is crazy, I know. And 18 was not impressed by Krillin's power, but she senses that something's off about Krillin. Krillin would then smirk, and he states that me, Tien, and Yamcha, we Earthlings have been on the sidelines for way too long. But now, we've gotten much more powerful since then. We're going to show you what we're made of. Well, this is when Krillin would then transform into his potential unleashed state, having a strange third eye above his head, and he would have a glowing orange aura around his body. Basically the picture that you're seeing right here of Krillin's new potential unleashed form. And his power was immense. Krillin's gotten way stronger since then, and Yamcha and Tien were just smirking as they were watching the fight. How strong is this version of Krillin? This version of Krillin is comparable to Android 17 and 18. I know. So when she flies in to go attack Krillin, Krillin's able to hold his own. And he's actually able to fight back and give her a really good fight. Now, this does make sense power scaling wise since Piccolo's way above them. If Piccolo goes into his potential unleashed form, he would probably be in the realms, I would probably say, about half of Perfect Cell's power, maybe higher than that. He would probably be near Perfect Cell's power. Remember, he's not fused with Kami as well, so that'll make him even stronger. If he fused with Kami, then he would be stronger than Cell. Perfect Cell, no issue. Now, as for, let's say, Tien and Yamcha, they're pretty much the same as Krillin. They're comparable, as I would say that Tien is probably the strongest out of the two, but it's very slightly. It's not that much of a competition. Now, as for 17, what about Piccolo? Well, this is when I think that Piccolo would then fight 17 and go into his potential unleashed form, and he would start mixing up 17 really badly. Android 17 would not be able to touch Piccolo. Piccolo's slapping him around, and Piccolo's too powerful. Now, as for Goku, Goku was actually able to hold his own against 16 until 16 would then not hold back, and he would start beating the heck out of Goku as a Super Saiyan. Goku would then get up, and he would then begin charging up, ripping his top G off, Daima version, and he would then transform into a Super Saiyan 4. His power alone was ridiculous. They have no chance. He can fight all three of them at the same time and one-shot them if he wanted to, as they knew that they were defeated. 16 knew that he had no chance of beating Goku. He was contemplating self-explosion, but then Goku would then speak to Android 16, telling them to stop. The androids did, and Goku explained that you don't need to follow Dr. Dro's orders. You have free will to do what you wish. Why don't you enjoy this gift that you have and take this advantage to enjoy nature and love life? 16 would actually think about it as he was looking down. As 17 and 18 were a little confused, 16 would then stand up, and he would then offer his hand to Goku, shaking his hand, and he would then accept it. Surprising the androids that 16 would so willingly just give up orders like that, but 16 explains that Goku was right. Why are we bound to listen to somebody that doesn't have any more control over us? Why? Why don't we just let it go? And besides, fighting at this level is too dangerous and it's hurting nature, so we can't do this. Well, the androids would actually agree, and 18 would like Krillin even more because Krillin's no pushover, and they would then just give up just like that. Now, Trunks would want to kill them, but I think he would calm down and realize that they're not as evil as the original androids that he fought. There's something different about these androids. They're way less aggressive. Well, as for Vegeta, he had both his arms broken, so his pride is shattered. But Vegeta did recover. Now that the androids were on our side, the androids would then go do their own thing. They'd probably hang out near Capsule Corp, so Bulma can actually remove the threats against Goku, because they're fighting against it, but it is in their coding. She would also deactivate the bombs that they have in their chest, so they don't blow up Earth because of that as well. So they're all good to go. And Bulma even offers Android 16, if he wants to stay here, he can protect the Capsule Corp if he wants to. And I think Android 16 will probably decline, as Android 17 is probably going to become a park ranger, and 16 will probably join him. 18, she doesn't know what she's going to do. She'll just go do her own thing. Well, they forgot about one being, though. And that being is Cell. Cell has been on the sidelines, but he then has sensed all these powers. Cell's not an idiot. He knows how strong Goku and the others are, especially in that Super Saiyan weird monkey state. He has no chance, unless he's perfect. So, Cell would then secretly hatch a plan. He's going to absorb them and find the androids, but he has to get them all together. One way is to wait until they're all together, blind them, and then absorb 17 and 18. That's his only option. So, while everybody was at Capsule Corp, Cell would then appear out of nowhere. And people were weird to see him. They don't know who he is or what he is, because Bulma and Gohan never looked around and found the old time machine where Cell's cocoon was. So they don't know about Cell yet. And Bulma never looked into the data files to figure out who Cell is. No one knows about him. They don't know if he's good or bad either. They can't tell just yet. Cell would waste 0 time, and he would yell out Solar Flare, blinding everyone, and even Goku, and everybody was confused on what's happening, as this is when Cell would then take his chance and absorb 17 and 18. And it was too late, as 16 would try to grab Cell's tail to stop it, but it was too late, as Cell has already absorbed them, and his power shoves 16 back on the ground, as Cell would then transform past his second state into his perfect form. Because check out his perfect form. It's perfect. It's perfection. It's so perfect that this video will get the most perfect amount of views because it's perfect. Cell would then relish in his new power. He's never felt so powerful. Remember, these androids are way more powerful than they originally were. Way more powerful. And this version of Cell, I can comfortably say, is as strong as Majin Buu, as strong as Fat Buu before he split apart, which means he's way stronger. So yeah, Cell is ridiculously strong. Not to mention too, he would then want to fight Goku immediately. He wants to fight that Super Saiyan 4 transformation. Now, in terms of power scaling for Goku, Goku is actually a little bit weaker than Cell. I will admit this, because Goku around the 3-year gap before when he fought with Trunks briefly, Goku in his Super Saiyan 4 state is around the same strength as Cell, if not a little bit higher. Perfect Cell. Or Super Perfect Cell if you want to even push it. Well, if it's been 3 years, he's gotten a little bit stronger, a couple million, but in reality, he was more or less training Piccolo and Gohan to help them catch up. That's what he was doing in the original. Well, Goku didn't get crazy much stronger, but he did get a little bit, a couple million stronger. I would put him roughly about Super Saiyan 2 Majin and Super Saiyan 2 Goku's level, which is a lot more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Perfect Cell as a Super Saiyan 4. Now, Goku would try to fight Cell, but Cell's too strong. No matter what Goku did, Cell was just too strong, which shot Goku. No one ever imagined just how powerful Cell was. Cell is ridiculous. But Goku would push Cell pretty well, but we know what happened to Vegeta when he fought Majin Buu. But now Majin Buu is a strange creature, though. Majin Buu is a bit more durable and more bouncier than Cell. So Goku was able to land some good shots on Cell, but Cell was holding back. Cell would have outclassed Goku. Goku would have been defeated, and Cell could have ended everything right now if he wanted to. But he had an idea. If I give you all a couple days, you guys think you guys can get stronger? Yeah, might be able to. Okay, great. Well, Cell would then do the same thing they did before. He was impressed by how strong they all got within a short amount of time. So he would then ask Goku and them that he would give them around 10 days to get stronger and to participate in the Cell games. So he would then fly off and do the same thing that he did, fighting off the army, the televised broadcast, and he would have also made the Cell Games arena. But there is still one green square in the middle, even though he's remade that thing about 12 times. TFS, get the reference? Well, Goku and the others know that they need to go in the Room of Spirit and Time, as that's one day can equal a whole year of training. So that's exactly what they would do. Well, it would still be Goku and Gohan, they would then go in. As for Piccolo, I think Piccolo would then accept the fact of Kami, and they would agree to fuse and become one. Now, this would also make Piccolo way stronger. In terms of power scaling, Piccolo is already around Cell's level. He's a little bit weaker than Goku. Goku's around 2-3 times higher than he is. Now, when he fuses with Kami, Goku's around a similar strength. So he's around Super Saiyan 2 Goku level from the Buu arc. Well, Piccolo would then step in the Room of Spirit and Time on his own to continue his training. But there is one person that actually wants to train with Piccolo, and that's actually Vegeta. While true, Trunks is his son, and Trunks is pretty powerful, but Vegeta even stated to Piccolo that he needs to train with somebody who can truly push him and is way more powerful than he is. Which was shocking that Vegeta even admitted that, but he states that we Saiyans get stronger the more powerful opponents we face, and you're a perfect example. And I also know that you won't show any mercy. So, yeah. So instead of just, Trunks, I think would probably go in with either Tien or Krillin, and he would probably go train with them. So that would be the swap up. So instead of just Piccolo going by himself, Vegeta would then go with Piccolo. Since remember, Piccolo doesn't need food, he just needs water and he's fine. Well, Vegeta and Piccolo would then begin their training, and it was pure hell. Piccolo even stated that. I'm going to put you through pain worse than hell because you'll become stronger because of that. And Vegeta states that's the whole point. And I know that you can unlock one's potential, and you're going to do it for me when we're ready. As Vegeta wants to push his body to its limit of his base form to have all this hidden potential, and then he wants to release it. We'll get to Vegeta later on. Well, we would then have a couple of days would then pass as all the Z Fighters were then ready. Well, Goku and Gohan would do their training inside the Room of Spirit and Time, and yes, they've gotten much more powerful. Goku would continue training in a Super Saiyan 4 state, and now he has full control over it. He's fully fine in the form, and he's only gotten stronger. As for Gohan in his new Potential Unleashed state, he has grown massive in power, and even during that time, Goku did help him unlock Super Saiyan. Now, you could dabble in Super Saiyan 2, but there's no point. Since he has his Potential Unleashed form, what else does he need? So yeah, Gohan's way more powerful as well. In terms of Gohan's level, Gohan was able to catch up to Goku, not as a Super Saiyan 4, but he was able to catch up to Goku in terms of, I would say he's around original Perfect Cell level, if not a little bit higher, in this Potential Unleashed state. Now, once when everyone's out, they would then take a couple days to rest. As then, this is when the Cell Games would then start. And this is when we would have Goku step up first. Now, Goku knows that Gohan does have a hidden power within him, but he doesn't, he knows it takes a lot of rage to do it, but he's confident that he can probably fight Cell on his own, for now. But he does want Gohan to step up next in case he does get knocked out. And Vegeta states, yeah, that's not happening, but we'll see about that. Well, the Cell Games would then begin, Goku would then step up. Goku would turn Super Saiyan first and fight Cell. Cell's not impressed, he wants to see the real Goku. Goku would then turn Super Saiyan 4, and the fight was actually very intense, as Goku was really pushing Cell, and they were almost dead even in strength. Really fighting to get, really fighting. But Cell has his healing ability, and Goku knows that he's in a losing match, as there's not much that he can really do. Well, this is when he would then send out Gohan or Woody. This is when I think, when the whole arena was destroyed, Cell would then remove the limits, of course, of the Cell Games arena, it doesn't matter, as this is when Vegeta would then step up, and Vegeta states, I'm next. And Cell says, fine by me, he's always wanted to fight the great Vegeta. Vegeta would then tell Kakarot to stay the hell out of my way. I'm going to show you what a real Super Saiyan looks like. And the training that Vegeta went through to become that strong is pure hell. Piccolo really abused the heck out of Vegeta in there, capitalizing on Zenkai's and unlocking his potential. Well, Vegeta would then begin to power up. As Vegeta's armor would then begin cracking off his body, but then shatter, as even the top of his suit would then rip off, as a tail would then form. Goku was shocked to see this, as a golden aura would then surround Vegeta, as then Vegeta would then transform into a Super Saiyan 4 as well. Piccolo unlocking Vegeta's inner potential, similar to how Neva did, because Kami and, the dragon gave him the power up, is Vegeta was able to tap into Super Saiyan 4, pushing past his Potential Unleashed state and unlocking the 4th state, thus becoming a Super Saiyan 4. Also because it's cool. Everybody was shocked, and Goku was surprised, but he was also amazed that Vegeta unlocked it. And Vegeta says the Prince of All Saiyans is back. once again. And Vegeta's power is comparable to Goku. He's a little bit weaker than Goku, but they're pretty much almost dead even. Now, Cell was already tired after fighting Goku. So when Vegeta comes in, it's a dead even fight. Vegeta is pushing Cell. Now, this is when Vegeta would then put his hands together, and he would then charge a final flash, hitting Cell full force. Cell would be almost incinerated by this attack, but he would regrow and come back. Well, this is a problem, because Cell just got a Zenkai because of this, and he's more perfect. He's super perfect. Cell's aura would then sparkle and almost, have electric shocks. Cell would then tell them, is that really it? Is that all you guys got? If that is it, I am not impressed. As now they're at a standstill, what do? Vegeta put a lot of energy into that attack. What are they going to do to beat this version of Cell? Goku then has an idea. He did think about it back when he trained on King Kai's world. Now, Major Dragon, what are you talking about? Well, Goku had a few extra months that he could train on King Kai's planet, back in the original. Now, Goku did also explore the other world a little bit more with King Kai, as he had a few more months, and King Kai was able to show him around. This was near the latter end of his training, to see if Goku can soak up any knowledge from anyone else to try and figure out how to become stronger. Well, Goku would then have an idea. He hasn't actually fully tried it yet. He did see them do it one time. It might work. You guys know what I'm talking about. He would then tell Vegeta and Piccolo about it, as the Earthlings would then transform and go distract Cell fighting them. Vegeta, when he heard it, would flip out and say, there is no way I'm doing that dance. Goku would then show the fusion dance to Vegeta, and Piccolo thought, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but if that will work, what other option do we have? The problem is Goku only saw it one time, so they might get it wrong. Well, this is when they're going to try out the fusion dance. He begs Vegeta to do it. If they don't, then his infant son Trunks and his darling Bulma will die. Please, just this one time, Vegeta. Let's get past our differences and let's just work together. Just this one time. Vegeta would then accept it, and they would then practice the fusion dance by themselves, not doing it yet. Cell was confused on what they're doing, as while the Earthlings' punches were not doing too much against him at all, he was still watching them, but he is interested. They would then try the fusion dance, and it would flop, as they're in their Super Saiyan 4 state, and it flopped. They were just a fat Super Saiyan 4, Goku. And Cell would then laugh, as he would then slap Goku around a little bit. They would then defuse, as now they gotta wait over 30 minutes to about an hour. So, yeah, Cell's not very impressed. So, Cell would just let them do their thing, as he's actually really wanting to see this. So, he would just toy around, as he would then make Cell Juniors. These Cell Juniors are very powerful, so Gohan and Piccolo and the others would then continue on fighting him. Well, this is when Piccolo would then tap into a new form. As the Cell Juniors were pretty powerful, pushing Piccolo back, Piccolo would then push forward, and he would then unlock Orange Piccolo. Cell was amazed by how strong Piccolo was. Now, we don't know the official multiplier for Orange Piccolo on top of Potential Unleashed, but I've actually made a video before explaining that at bare minimum, he's 20 times stronger. The reason I say this is because original Orange Piccolo one-shot Super Saiyan Blue level character, which is the Gammas, and those were the same Gammas that were giving Mystic Gohan and Potential Unleashed Piccolo a very hard fight. And Potential Unleashed Piccolo and Mystic Gohan were said to be as strong as Blue Goku or Blue level characters, and Orange Piccolo one-shot him. So even if you want to say twice as strong, that's a bit redundant. But I would say that by this point, they say that Piccolo and Gohan were able to catch up to Goku and Vegeta at that time. And at that time, Vegeta's most powerful transformation was Blue Evolution. So if you want to put that in perspective, Goku's highest form is MUI. So I lowballed Piccolo and I put him around the same strength as a Blue Evolution buff. So I'd like to put him at around 20 times. If you want to fight me in the comments about it, go on ahead. I don't care. But Piccolo got at least, a 20 times buff, but either way. So Piccolo is way stronger. Now this would intrigue Cell. Remember, Cell got way more powerful because of this final flash that hit him. He got a massive Zenkai. He's way stronger than Fapu now. It's ridiculous how much powerful he is. So him and Piccolo would actually have a really tough fight. But remember, Piccolo was already tired because he fought Cell and the Cell Juniors. So he's already exhausted. But he would still fight Cell for now and hold him back. This is when Goku and Vegeta would then do the fusion dance once again. As Piccolo was being held by the throat, the fusion would work this time. They would then become Gogeta as a Super Saiyan 4. And their power was beyond ridiculous by that point. They're way stronger than Vegeta was in the original. Their power by that point is near rivaling that of Super Saiyan God. So, or even if you want to lowball it and say not even that, fine. Either way, those cells cooked. They're not going to waste any time since Gogeta does not mess around like how Vegeta does. He would have easily annihilated Cell, and a single punch from them would have made him spit out 17 and 18. So 17 and 18 were basically saved. And now he was back to first form. He didn't have time to do his self-explosion technique because they would have grabbed his tail, throwing him in the air, shooting a Big Bang Kamehameha, incinerating Cell. By that point, the fusion timer would have ran out as they only had a few minutes and they would have defused. And Vegeta says, I'm never doing that again until the day I die. And they would begin laughing. As the Cell Juniors were defeated by Piccolo and the others, Cell was defeated, so there was finally peace back on Earth. Now, over the course of the 7 years, mind you, Goku never died. Now, Goku could have gone to King Kai's world, which I still think he probably would have. He would have probably gone there to train like how he did in Battle of Gods, just to train and do his thing. He can also go to Otherworld because he's that guy, if he wanted to. But either way, he would have continued doing his thing, training for 7 years. This also means that when Goten is born, Goten's ridiculously strong. Goku is around to train Gohan and Goten. Now, Vegeta is not as bitter as he originally was because he has Goku around to train and fight with him, and they are equals when it comes to forms. So yeah, Goku's and Vegeta are very powerful together. They've already had multiple matches, and it usually ends with Goku winning, maybe Vegeta wins one, or a stalemate. It's they're pretty much tied. So they're getting stronger and stronger together. Now, 7 years later, the Buu arc would have started the exact same, except that Goku was not here just for 24 hours. He's not dead. So, they would have all met. They would have met the Supreme Kai just like before. Now, Gohan would have still went to Orange Star High School, and he would have still met Videl. Now, Videl would have still fought Spopovich, and she would have been brutally beaten. This would cause Gohan to be angry, and I feel like Gohan would have Super Saiyan 2 by this point. It's been 7 years, and he's training, and he has his potential unleashed form, but either way. Gohan here would then showcase his potential unleashed state to Gabito Kai, showing how strong he is. Gohan is, in my opinion, he didn't get that much stronger because he's still been studying, but he didn't lose his power. So by that point, he's probably, I would roughly say, a little bit stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Goku and Vegeta. Maybe near Fat Boo's level, a little bit there. And yeah, it goes to show you just how strong Gohan has become on slight training. Even Goten is way stronger. Goten's second form Cell level easily as a Super Saiyan, which is ridiculous. And yeah, so Gohan is ridiculous, but he would have had his energy stolen, and they would then fly off. Supreme Kai would have made them follow them so they can find Bobby's ship. Vegeta would have easily handled Pui Pui, same with Goku handling Yakon. That would have gone the exact same. Now, would Vegeta be taken over? No, because Babidi would probably try to take over Vegeta, but it wouldn't work. Vegeta wouldn't need the Majin control to beat Goku because he has beaten Goku before. He's already satisfied, and he accepts that, they're rivals to the end. So Vegeta would never allow himself to be taken over. He can fight Goku anytime he wants. As for Dabura, well, sadly Dabura has no chance. Gohan would have killed him or the other Z fighters. This means that Babidi would have no choice but to try and flee, but the Supreme Kai would have stopped it, and Babidi would have been killed. Now, what you could say is before Babidi would have been killed, he might be able to revive Majin Buu because of how strong Gohan is. His energy alone would be enough to revive him. And I would say that Majin Buu would probably still be revived by the time that Dabura was killed. And Babidi was soon to be killed. Now, if Buu was born, Goku would probably fight Majin Buu himself. And he would toss Majin Buu around. Even if Goku had Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, even Super Saiyan 4, he would have slapped Buu around. And I think he would have left Buu alone to let Buu do his thing because he senses that Buu is not all evil. He's more like a naughty child, doesn't know any better. Until Buu would then be befriended by Mr. Satan since they thought of a pink monster was nearby. And Mr. Satan was still shot along with the dog B. This would then make Majin Buu snap and release Evil Buu. Super Buu would have still been taken over, and he would then want to fight Goku again. He wants to fight somebody strong. Well, Goku would then turn Super Saiyan 4, and remember, they've had 7 years to get stronger. Goku's a lot stronger. A lot. Goku in a Super Saiyan 4 state is way stronger than Super Buu. Way stronger. In my opinion, as Super Saiyan 4 is, they're probably Buuhan level, and that's not even being overpowered. That makes a lot of sense. They got tens of hundreds of times stronger since the original Buu arc. So why would they not be stronger? And Cell by that point, in his previous Zenkai, was as strong as a pre-split Fat Buu, and on top of the Zenkai, he was already reaching the power levels of Super Buu. So that just goes to show you. Even people like Piccolo could probably fight Super Buu perfectly fine and handle his own. Well, even though Super Buu is very powerful, he knows that he cannot beat Goku or Vegeta. I think while he tries fighting Goku in Super Saiyan 4, he would absorb Goku. But Goku would not allow this, as Goku allowed himself to be absorbed like how Vegeta did, so if Goku and Vegeta thought of that, Goku would think of it too. Goku would have his ki surround himself as the magic did not affect him. So Goku was spared. Now, Goku would then travel through Buu's body, as Buu would then stand still, as then he would then find Fat Buu, and he would then free him as he's trying to save Fat Buu's life. This would then cause Kid Buu to come out, and Kid Buu would try to blow up the planet like he originally did, but even Vegeta would stop it. Now, I think Vegeta tells Kakarot that his turn is up. It's his turn to fight Kid Buu, so he would turn Super Saiyan 4, and he would absolutely trash Kid Buu. Not even a competition. It was a slaughter. Kid Buu had no chance. Even though he's a freak fighter and he's way more aggressive than Super Buu and Fat Buu, doesn't matter. Vegeta's way too powerful. Vegeta's comparative to Goku. And Goku's already comparative to around Buuhan's level, maybe a little bit weaker, but doesn't matter. Kid Buu would have lost. Vegeta would have sent him right to hell. He would have easily shot him a final flash, and Kid Buu would have been annihilated, thus ending that arc. Now that the Buu arc was finished a lot earlier, peace would have been restored to Earth, as they would continue their training, doing what they did in the original, as life is peaceful. As of now, far off in space, there is a purple cat now beginning to stir awake, as he can sense these incredible powers nearby that intrigue him to fight. And that is it for this What If, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about part 2 of this What If. And if you guys have made it this far, do hashtag DragonForce. And if you made it this far, check out the Discord link down below to come join the Discord with over nearly 130 members that are all active. And it's a fantastic community that's been growing very fast. And thank you all so much for the support of this video as well. Get this video to 400 likes, and I shall continue on to the next part. Thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get to 50,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.